Hello, and welcome to episode 219 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. My channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'm doing a viewer request. Today's game was requested by the viewer Mike Quinn7835, and the game they requested was Sky Shark. Sky Shark was released in 1987 by Taito and licensed to Romstar. My first time playing this game was on MAME. Sky Shark, also released under the name Flying Shark outside of the United States, is a scrolling shooter game in which you control a blue bi-wing plane with an 8-way joystick and 2 buttons, one to shoot your guns and one to firebomb. You need to fly your plane and destroy enemy vehicles and targets. Gameplay begins with the opening tune, and your plane will begin inside of a hangar. Plane will then take off and gameplay will begin. You can fly your plane the entire height of the screen, although the width of the playfield is slightly larger than the monitor, so there is some scrolling. You will have two methods of attack. The first method of attack is the forward gun. Pressing the fire button will cause your plane to shoot your twin gun forward. You can have up to 4 sets of shots on screen at a time. The second method of attack will be the firebomb. Pressing the firebomb button will launch a rocket about 1/3 of the height of the screen, and when it explodes it will cover about 3/4 of the width of the screen with fire. These flames will destroy everything in their path. You will earn points for all items destroyed. You will begin the game with 3 firebombs. You can pick up more firebombs during gameplay. After you lose a life, your next life will begin with 3 firebombs, even if you have more than 3 when you lose that life. After taking off from the runway, you will immediately encounter green enemy planes. These planes will shoot at you. You need to avoid or shoot these planes because contacting one will cost you a life. You will then pass over a wooded area. Within this area there will be ground tanks which will shoot at you. Just like traditional tanks, they will have a gun turret that can spin independently of the tank's movement. You can safely fly over these tanks, although getting shot by one will cost you a life. You can destroy these tanks with your regular guns, although it takes 2 hits to completely destroy them. The first hit will destroy the gun turret, and the second will destroy the entire tank. After passing over the forest, you will then pass over a green lagoon. You will face more tanks and now red planes. These planes will fly in a formation, sometimes blocking your path, although they will not shoot at you. If you destroy the entire formation, an S block will appear. Collecting the S block will increase your firepower. The more S blocks you collect, the greater your firepower. Collecting 1 block increases your shot spread from 2 bullets at a time to 4. Collecting a second S block will increase your shot power to 6 shots. Collecting the third S block will increase your firepower to 8 shots. Collecting the fourth S block will increase your shots to 10, and collecting the fifth S block will bring your shots to 12. Losing a life will bring your shots back to 2. You'll also face a new enemy, which is a floating tank boat. Just like traditional boats, they can travel on any type of water. These enemies will act the same as the regular tanks with the independent gun turrets. These enemies will also take 2 hits to destroy. The first will destroy the turret, and the second will destroy the boat. You will then pass an area with huts. There will be 3 tanks lined up, and destroying all 3 will release a new power-up which is hexagonal and have a B on it. Collecting this power-up will award you with an additional firebomb. You will then face a squadron of yellow planes. Similarly to the red planes, they will not shoot, although they will fly in a formation that can block the screen. Shooting the entire formation will award you a 1,000 point bonus. You will then come upon 2 camouflage bunkers. Each of these bunkers will have 2 gun turrets on top of them. Just like the tanks, the turrets can spin in any direction and shoot at you. It will take 5 hits to destroy the turrets. Once you destroy both turrets, you can continue to shoot the top of the bunkers, causing the roof to explode, exposing 4 tanks inside that will shoot at you. After the bunkers, you will face a giant tank. This tank is the stage 1 boss. The tank will begin moving upward to the top of the playfield and continue to shoot at you. It will take multiple hits to defeat this tank. During this battle, multiple regular tanks will also attack you. In addition to the tanks, there will be a bunker near the end of this level. The bunker will have 1 large turret as opposed to 2. During the entire battle, the turret will shoot at you. You can destroy the turret with 5 shots just like the ones earlier. Once you hit the boss 8 times, a small fire will erupt from the tank, although it will continue to attack you. Once you hit the tank the 23rd time, a second fire will erupt. Hitting the tank the 38th time will cause a third fire to erupt, and hitting it 54 times will cause the tank to explode. Once you destroy the tank, you will fly over a wooded area and land on a runway, and you will receive bonus points for each remaining firebomb. If after 18 seconds you haven't destroyed the tank, it will begin moving downwards. If you fail to destroy the tank before it moves off screen, you will still land on the runway and receive the bonus points. After the bonus points are awarded, you will take off from the runway and the battle will continue. You will first face a squadron of planes in a V formation. Occasionally this squad will have white planes. If the planes are white and you destroy them all, a 1-up power-up will appear, and if you collect it you will earn an extra life. You will then come upon 3 naval transport ships. These ships will each contain 3 tanks which will immediately disembark. You can also shoot the tops of these transports for extra points. You will then come upon a medium green plane. This plane will fire 3 shots at a time in a V pattern. If you contact either the plane or the shots, you will lose a life. It will take 18 shots to defeat this plane. After battling the plane, you will face regular planes and tank boats that will continue to attack you. You will then come upon a battleship. This battleship will have 4 gun turrets that will continue to shoot at you. You can shoot these turrets for points as well as lessen the number of enemy shots. You will face 4 of these battleships in all. You will then come upon an aircraft carrier. This carrier will have 5 gun turrets on each side for a total of 10. These guns will continually shoot at you, although you can destroy them for points as well as reducing the number of enemy shots on screen. There will also be planes on the deck of the carrier which you can shoot for extra points. During this battle, a larger plane will attack you. This plane will shoot at you with 5 shots in a V pattern. It will take 55 shots to defeat this plane. After defeating this plane, you will face more tanks and planes before coming upon a giant yellow tank. This tank will fire a V pattern of 7 shots. You must avoid these shots because contacting one will cost you a life. It will take 50 shots to defeat this tank. About 7 seconds after you begin battling this tank, a second green tank will join the battle. Other than color, there is no difference in this tank. After the battle with the tanks, you will face more ground tanks before reaching the runway to end the round. Once you land, you will once again be awarded bonus points for all firebombs remaining in your stock. After the points award, you'll take off for level 3 with 3 firebombs. Once you take off, you'll face many planes and tank boats like those you faced earlier. After about 15 seconds, you'll come across 2 medium planes similar to those you faced earlier. It will take 12 shots to defeat these planes. After the medium planes, you'll come across a different battleship. This ship will have large gun turrets as opposed to small ones. There will be 4 turrets in the front and 3 turrets in the back. These turrets will continuously fire at you. It will take 6 shots to completely destroy each turret. The entire time you are battling the battleship, you will face more medium planes as well as tank boats. After the battleship passes, you will face a large plane like the one you faced earlier. It will take 25 shots to defeat this plane. After the plane, you will face a large aircraft carrier. This carrier is the stage boss, and it will also have 7 large gun turrets that will continuously shoot at you. In addition to the turrets, there will be a bridge. You need to destroy the bridge in order to defeat the boss. Once the aircraft carrier reaches the bottom of the screen, it will begin moving up again. It will take 80 shots to destroy the bridge. Whether you destroy the bridge or not, the battleship will dock at the water's edge. Once the battleship docks, you will continue to fly and face more tanks and planes. In addition, there will be cars and trucks on the ground that you can shoot for extra points. After passing the ground vehicles, you will land on another airstrip and you will be awarded bonus points for every firebomb left in stock. After the bonus points are awarded, you will take off from the runway with 3 firebombs. You will immediately be attacked by planes. In addition, there will be vehicles on the ground. These vehicles won't shoot at you, although they can be destroyed for extra points. After the first round of planes, you will come upon 2 green tanks. These tanks will be stationary and won't shoot at you. You can destroy these tanks with 1 shot as opposed to 2. You will then come upon more tanks, planes, and vehicles. After battling many planes, you will come upon a rail yard. While flying over the tracks, you will be attacked by multiple planes. You will then pass over a large shed with the railroad track coming out of it. Then, a large yellow tank on rails will emerge from the building. This tank's movement will be limited to the rails. It will take about 75 shots to defeat this tank. The entire time of this battle, this tank will repeatedly fire at you. You need to avoid these shots because contacting one will cost you a life. In addition to the large tank, the planes will also attack you. There will also be smaller trains rolling on other tracks. You can shoot the engines and cars of these trains for extra points. After reaching another train shed, you'll face another barrage of enemy planes and tanks. There will also be medium planes flying down the screen. These planes will act like the ones you faced earlier in the game. There will be 3 of these planes in all. Then, a large green tank on rails will begin attacking you. Other than the color, it will be the same as the yellow tank. If you don't destroy the green tank, it will enter the shed and disappear. You will then face more planes as well as 3 medium planes, although they will be flying upward. After the planes, you'll come across some bunkers. These bunkers will have large gun turrets. These turrets will continue to shoot at you. It will take 5 shots to destroy these turrets. There will be 8 bunkers in all. After the bunkers, you will reach the airfield and land, and you will receive bonus points for all the remaining firebombs. After liftoff, you'll face many planes and tanks like those you faced earlier, although faster and in greater numbers. This will continue for about 40 seconds before coming upon more train tracks. just like earlier, you could shoot the train cars for points. You will then come upon 2 battleships. These battleships will be docked, although the large gun turrets on them will continue to shoot at you. Once you pass over the battleships, you'll come upon more tank boats. After the tank boats, you'll come upon a large plane like the one you faced earlier. This plane will fire 5 shots in a V pattern at you. It will take about 70 shots to defeat this plane. There will be 2 of these planes in all. During the entire battle with the planes, the tank boats will continue to attack you. Once you reach land, you'll come upon hills that have caves in them that will have tanks emerging from them. If you have enough power-ups, you can destroy the top of these hills, exposing the tanks inside. If you do this, you can then shoot the tanks before they can shoot at you. While passing over these hills, many enemy tanks and planes will continue to attack you. Once you fly over the water, you'll face even more planes. After about 15 seconds, a battleship will approach from the bottom of the screen. This battleship will be like the one with the bridge that you faced earlier. The bridge will fire at your plane the entire time it is on screen. This battleship will also have 8 large gun turrets that will fire at you. During the battle with the ship, you will be attacked by more planes. After the battleship moves off screen, the planes will continue. After about 10 seconds, a giant plane will appear from the top of the screen. The plane will be about 4/5 the width of the playfield, making it difficult to pass. This plane is the final boss. The plane will continue to fire 7 shots at your plane, although in a different pattern. There will be 1 shot from each wing and 5 shots in a V pattern from the center for a total of 7 shots. These shots will be fired directly at your plane. It will take about 200 shots to defeat this plane. After about 155 shots, one of the plane's engines will erupt into flames. The more times the plane is hit, the more flames that will erupt. After about 190 shots, the 5th flame will erupt, letting you know it is about to be destroyed. Once you hit it the final time, the plane will explode. During the entire boss battle, the enemy planes will continue to attack you. If you are unable to defeat the boss and can safely pass the plane, you will face many more regular planes for about 10 seconds before reaching the final airstrip. After you land and bonus points are awarded, you will take off and gameplay will repeat at a harder difficulty, although you will only replay levels 2 through 5. Scoring for the game is as follows. You'll earn 100 points for all turrets, trains, and minecars, and 200 points for all the planes. For the gunboats, you will receive 120 points for the gun turret and 180 points for the boat itself, for a total of 300 points. For the tanks, you will earn 160 points for the turret and 240 points for the body, for a total of 400 points. You'll earn 400 points for the transport boats, 1,500 points for the big plane, 2,000 points for the battleship bridge, 5,000 points for the medium tanks, and for the large tank and the large plane, you will earn 30 points per hit, as well as 15,000 points for destroying them. This was my first time playing this game and found it very difficult and couldn't make it past the first level even with continues, although I can't condemn a game due to my inability to play it, so I recommend playing this game if you can find it in an arcade setting. Since there are some emulation problems, then the game will crash without using cheat codes. I like this game more than Black Tiger, but not as much as Gunsmoke, so Sky Shark flies its way into the 203rd position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos on the first and third Sunday of the month.